What is up, YouTube, and welcome to episode 116 of Chaos Daily. Let's get into it. So, last episode, I showed off this awesome model made by Chelsea at ChaosCoreTech. You can find a link in the description down below to go get yourself this model on Thangs for free. It is a fantastic model. There's really great detail. It turned out really well. Printing it, no problem, in the Peopoly Phenom, using Siraya Tech Gray, using the standard print settings. Removing all the supports and cleaning it up was super easy. I decided not to actually go and remove all of the little dimples that were left behind the supports. I wanted to leave those there to show just how much quality you get from 3D printing with the support material stuff there. And for when people come to look at it and I go, hey look, this is 3D printed, you can see this is where the supports were held and this was how it's held. So there's a little bit of history left in the model of how it was created, and I find that very interesting. So onto the painting. Now, this is counterintuitive, but painting flesh tones, it's easier when you start with a green base. Now this is to do with the subsurface scattering of light. You're getting those blues and reds that are in your skin tone that you need to mix to get the right color. Starting with a greenish base for the skin really does help pop that realism effect. Then going into your flesh tones and then highlighting with your pinks to bring out like the cheeks, around the ears, the nose, the eyes, around the mouth, and all of that sort of stuff really brings it to life. And then from there, it was just a matter of masking it up, chucking some paint on the jacket and the shirt, and bang, it was done. I'm super happy with the way that it turned out, especially this marble base. I've done quite a lot of marble texture stuff in the past for Warhammer models and Warhammer 40k and stuff, so I quite like using airbrushing for that, but I don't do much of it anymore these days. I don't know why. I've still got loads of great models to paint. Thanks again to Chelsea from ChaosCoreTech for making this awesome model. You can find a link in the description. So, on to the main event. The monogold is painted. Well, almost all painted. The hatch. We'll get to that in a minute. So, to start off with, let's talk about the paint that I decided to go with. I wanted to get more of a durable paint finish. Now, I could do this with acrylics using my airbrushes and stuff, but painting this much surface area with airbrushes would not work. So I do have a spray gun and an air compressor that I can use for painting larger surfaces. It just gets a little bit more tricky. You need more of a spray booth and better ventilation and stuff like that. And I didn't want to do it outside because of the weather and how cold it is and the wind. It would have been a lot more hassle. So luckily my mum works in the hospital, and they have these blue covers that they use for surgeries and stuff. Now they're all clean, they're all washed and everything, so they don't have somebody's old blood and stuff on them. They're perfectly sterile. In fact, what happens is these covers, when they're kept in storage, they have expiry dates on when the sterilization packaging that's on them can survive to, and after that date they can no longer be considered sterile. So I was able to cover up my entire area with these blue paint things, opened a window and then turned on the extractor fans in the bathroom and the toilet, and so we had airflow pulling through, and I managed to do all my painting like that. So with the prep, making sure you degrease all your surfaces, clean everything, making sure that you've got no grease or anything so the paint's going to separate, and then onto the painting. And that was a super simple task, so check out this montage. And there you have it. It turned out really good. A couple of spots, like where you have the raised surface with the cells for the skin and that iso grid surface on the underside. It's not 100% perfect. I would have liked it to be a little bit better. I got a few runs in a couple places just because of the way that I mixed the paint and the way I had to spray with lower pressure and stuff like that. It wasn't the best. It could be better, but I'm kind of happy with the results. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's solid. It's finally set. It took like 5 days. It's super cold here at the moment. And there was a little bit of an accident with the hatch. Yeah, so I'm not too sure how this happened, but it did get broken. I think something dropped on it, or I must have pushed on it too hard, or I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I turned around and cracked. This was in pieces. So I printed another one. I don't know if I'm going to paint that one as well. I might not. I might use some vinyl wrap on it, see how it goes. It is very thin and like flexible, so wrapping it with vinyl would be a bit of a tricky task. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. Leave a comment down below. What do you think I should do with the hatch? Do some artwork on it maybe? Paint it a different color, paint it white? Let me know. I'm super happy with that. Now it's just final assembly, making sure everything goes together nicely, getting the servos in, using some super glue, sealing the hinges with tape, all that sort of stuff. Still waiting on the receiver to arrive, and that should be arriving sometime, I have no idea. We'll leave it there for today's episode. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. As always, I've been Chaos, and until next time, expect the unexpected. I will see you guys later.
And a special thank you to all my patrons that help support the channel. If you would also like to support the channel, there's a link in the description.